Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case you haven't met yet, go and put hashtag pajama in the comments below. So now it's the first time you're being exposed to the Pajama Grandma and her cup the size of her head. Some days we need that big a coffee cup. Today I've titled this lesson, this section, day 22 of our Supersize Business Challenge, Outta Here. And I would say outta here because we're going to talk about our next step in the process of supersizing your business is outsourcing. What is it? Now, we talked about delegating yesterday, things that we can have other people within our organization do. Today, we want to talk about things that we maybe don't have those skills or that skill set or that level of expertise that we need or want to grow our business within our organization. Those are things that we're going to outsource. Anything that is outside my genius zone, anything I don't like to do, anything I suck at, anything that is repetitive or boring to me. Because what's repetitive and boring to me is awesome and exciting and fun to someone else. And so I want to find the person that loves to do what I don't like to do and let them do it because they're going to do a much better job of it than I ever will. And I am learning and figuring, I've been studying outsourcing for about 7 or 8 years now because I find it fascinating. And you can outsource just about anything you can imagine nowadays. Almost any function of your business, except for your core competency, because you don't want to outsource that because that's your genius zone. That's what you're good at. That's what makes you you. Anything outside of that, you can pretty much outsource or get help with and get somebody to do it for you in a done-for-you fashion. One of the very first things that I outsourced in the Italian food manufacturing business when I was first growing that business was accounting, bookkeeping, and taxes, because our business life had gotten really complicated, and at that point it was just too much for me to keep up on it. So I needed to get an outside expert to take care of those things for us, and they were really time-consuming, detail-oriented tasks I found boring. But the accounting firm I went with, they loved doing that stuff. They lived for taxes. They lived for interacting with the IRS and the tax code and understanding the changes that happen from year to year. Something that was definitely outside my area of interest or my area of expertise or what I even wanted to become an expert at. Now, what am I doing for supersizing my supersized business? Well, we're going through the example of how I'm acquiring and getting more customers into my business by creating content. Now, part of creating that content, the part that I'm not a genius at, the part that I pretty much stink at, and then I am outsourcing I'm outsourcing it to a virtual assistant, is actually dissemination of that content. So I create the piece of content, but then she goes and does all kinds of cool things with that content. She transcribes it. She gets it transcribed. She gets the transcription back from rev.com or whatever service she happens to be using on that particular day to get the words out of the videos that I create. Then she edits those and sends those to my blog to create blog posts. Then she creates little graphic things like small posts that can be put on my Instagram, my Facebook, Twitter, other social media accounts, and all kinds of things like that. So I have to do the part of creating the content. That's my genius zone. That's what I love to do. I love getting in my pajamas, making wild hairdos, because I like some of my wild hairdos, and sharing my message, what it is that I want to share with you. I love doing that part of it. I don't like the details of what I have to do to the videos after I make them. I don't like the details of having to share them on social media and on my pages and in posts and on different platforms because I don't want to know all the details of how all of those different platforms work. Now, I will say when it comes to responding to comments and questions on the various social media platforms, I still maintain 100% of that myself. I'm doing that myself because that's me. That's what totally represents me. I'm not going to get help with that, and I'm not going to outsource that because it's too important to me. That's where I begin building real relationships with people because my social media contacts, I want real relationships with. I don't want it to be somebody else speaking for me because nobody else can actually get inside your head and really speak for you and share who you are except you. That is just my opinion. Feel free to argue or comment below what you think about that or if you disagree, because I know a lot of people disagree. I know a lot of very, very big influencers that outsource even their content creation and their writing. And I'll admit, back in the day when I was trying to do something for one of my other businesses, I did go to one of the services. I went to Fiverr, and I also went to, I think it was Upworks back then, and one other, I can't remember the name of it now, but I did have some articles written, and I got them back, and they were so bad that even editing them wouldn't work for me. I was like, nope, I have to write my own stuff. And so ever since then, I've decided I need to be my own core content creator. It's my brain I'm dumping and sharing with you. It's not anyone else's. So I don't even want to outsource anything like that. I could do it, but I don't want to because it's not me. And it's not the quality and the level of service that I want to provide to people. So again, anything in your genius zone, you're going to hang on to and you're going to do. And anything else, you're going to find a way to delegate or outsource it. Because remember, we've already optimized and automated it, so we know that it's a great process. And we always want to then get the biggest bang for our dollar and our buck and our energy spent by getting as many people to help us create and do what it is that we want in the world. So your assignment for today, your action step, is to find at least one potential provider for something, for one thing in your process that you've been working on that you would like to outsource. And I'm not going to say you have to contact them, but for extra credit, go ahead and contact that provider or research that provider and just find out some more information on cat photo bombers, on what is possible, what else is possible, what could you do, what would it cost, things like that. Just spend a few minutes finding out. And I suspect what you're going to find is that you're going to be so amazed at how many places you could actually outsource some of your tasks to, or part of the process to, that you're going to get really excited and you're going to want to outsource more and more. That's it. Go out, have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow where we're going to talk about one of my very, very favorite subjects. Bye. The Jam Grandma out. Go supersize your business.